WhatsApp 1760 your text message line on Fabre and Intimate Brain and Kikanina and Fama, same former Alhaj de Bocrata, Alaji Baturia, Betnas is Asuna, Yashan is an for Kennedy, Japan, a compreco, and so a Betnasina, Yetim Yadin Como. Usual of many Alaji, the Alhaj will not go free because Alaji one saying. And I pray at this time, I'll be responding to some of the issues or the other interesting topics. It's really this one says, Ochehene's anger with Mahama exposed why cite Eastern Region University at Somenya and not Achim. Despite the myriad of problems, Dr. Dufour sees hope in Ghana, says challenges are minor. And Mahama's ongoing shake-up, Bevlo returns to government. Alaji, good morning.
Good morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Alaji, interesting headlines. Bevlo, any insight?
As usual, I wouldn't say. Meantime, review me paper. This unless, of course, a topic but
boy, come on.
Oh no,
this is nice.
No, I don't want.
It's nice, and of course, we hear Dr. Dufour said, yes, in the midst of our challenges, there is hope. Probably that interaction.
You don't need Dr. Dufour to tell you this. I've been saying this thing here, and Mama has been saying it. The mere fact say, if you was from Ghana, I think I will say, then prepi etaye boni etie nyankopon, but we don't know. And I said challenges need problems there. It's with man from the beginning and to end with man. Obia we are Christian new, we are Aladura new, we are Buddhist, we are Muslim, we are basic tenets are all religions of God from the beginning. Nipa starting challenges. Nyankopo come to me their chair, but he wants to see how committed, how loyal we are. In Timprepi, Ghana, where was a man for Kasati say Ghana is the worst place to live. Oh my, if you travel across the world, we will say Ghana. Maybe I'll say, in spite of all the challenges. Challenges, creative, and we can solve those challenges.
How
we can
create it? By your leaders, so they are creating it for us to follow.
That is why I've been telling you that all of us are responsible for the problems that we are going through. I want people back over to make a job that one count. It's not true. Ebina Ekosui, for many years, Huasem, the fang Huasem, fuel, and so others. Problems upon problems be inti yenina yen to me can boom and one solution for this problem. It can be done. It has been done elsewhere, we can do it. But Enam say politics inti yes papa no befa credit until say etwino.
Sana yedwini.
Now Rollins can send me 1996 interview, and I wish that all radio stations and TV stations would get that speech. I have a copy of that speech. He was interviewed by this current education minister, Nana Jane Opoku, on Radio Gold. Omain a philosophical and thought-provoking speech at Rollins, and as a reaction, Rollins' mind. And I wish that all political parties would get that tape. Yebisano said na what the 4 years already why am 11 years non-constitutional regime I didn't build na opese oye mine I say am power bisasa baby am pese me hu say o mine bedru no me yes mantumi andro na ni o kan am me ka say o say obi anya no o say ya nuanum opposition I was saying, "Omu nyina ma nyina nkambo, sene beya aman no ni punto beko enim beko ntemtem wawa." Unfortunately, he used the word. I say, unfortunately, I keep on telling them, if you help to create the mess, you will be the ones who will inherit the mess that you have helped us to create. I say,
"Oh boy, I'm here. Your mind gonna accord the chimo."
Say, "Say, mama, nearby Oman Nyankudu engine as Omo edan economic processes now Omo start we are seeing now say they are on track no. Economy no bebutu. Mama will lose, NDC will lose the election. Akufo-Addo announce MPP for be winning election no. And then they will come and meet all the myriad of challenges. Then we start from zero again. The problem now, almost excuse Mama ni NDC for Oma scanning in us, Oma win Namna Akadompe. And the way they are your names are saying it here. Near Mama ni NDC, and that's why for me I support it. What kind last year? Said ni obey, said Nabama obey lose election 2016 and for no. Opesa what jai legacy be in my mind. And I'm telling you, the man is bringing some revolution in Ghana's economic management, in Ghana's situation. I was like MPP for Badwam, so that after all, who will benefit from it? NDC can never stay in power forever. And no matter what, either 4 years, 8 years, 12 years time, NDC will leave. MPP, which is the dominant opposition, is likely to take place.
So your belief is that NDC is winning this election?
So far, that is in Yemen, because MPP, they don't even feature in the elections. What are they doing as opposition?
MPP.
What are they doing? Your opposition of Ghana. Your opposition of Ghana. Opposition. Tell me one other cogent alternative of Mudia Ghana for. Tell me one. Since there be hallelujah, corruption, and incompetence, apart from Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, no government in Ghana has performed the way this Mahama administration has performed. No government, I can tell you.
But MPP is socialist oriented, but most of their interventions were socialist oriented interventions. This busing system, this free health for free maternal care, these issues of all school feeding.
But what thought went into them? Was it to just cut the votes? And now, was it sustainable? Sustainable. Let me take health insurance, for example. Health insurance on what buy, actually, it's now up to 2009. That is the lifespan of that health insurance, 2005 to 2009. Say, abaya otiso, one per new revenue generation and income health insurance now. The last one was said by 2009. That is the fact. What's okay? That is what went into it. Offer maternity, free maternity here. British government, NMA, Ghana government, £40 million for President Kofi-Addo or free abayum. So I'm fan share. We are 40 million every now. Here for the Ebenezer, they are sustained. So
interventions not just sustainable.
School feeding. School feeding. And I can recount school feeding. Dutch government and a boy. Almost corruption does on a mutual free. I beg Ghana government bedding. I beg campaign issue. These things were done just for the purpose of catching votes, and yes, they believe in it. If you believe in it, I was saying a new source of income, because already your income elsewhere. So on what basis do you bring these interventions? Already it's kind of buying edge, and so buying, and this not for government. Way back, your budget was being funded up to about 40-50%. Nasa would be say for air bar, say if on a million sick for the abeshim. Oh, sorry, I was incompetence, corruption. So I don't believe in that. What Mahama I'm telling you that any government that comes after Mahama, for example, virtually all taxes that are buying agent, President Mahama, starting from mills through Mahama. Secondly, apart from exemptions now say a headache exemptions no and and also Parliament. I'm sure this sitting here they will tackle it. I will say say exemptions no because people be efa azan kwan so edge exemptions and seka omunya ama aban riska mama prepare grounds in na wie so here infrastructure for education yeah expanding access mama expanding access ama ne nkola bebre betumi akọ school not only that was I free so for akwanya kuro bebre president mama I kwan na ma
but why is the complaint that you ho chire en mama edin
na sa wo kuro obi wo kuro na sa mo pese mo treat kuro no na sa mo pese kuro no ewu a na sa mo ba be hwe ama kuro no ewu a na ni beji mo twitwi so no na ni beji ebenia mo je kura be film na mo je ni film na sa kuro no abaye ko a satan na na che sa kuro no bible whether we like it or not no government can pretend to do what President Kufuor did. No government, whether it's Akufo-Addo, whether it's John Mahama, whether it's Kwakwesi, no government can go back to near President Kufuor. Near President Kufuor to me here, no. Over 2001, no. Now, fortunately for him, now HIPIC benefits. They say more canoe, more barbecue, more farm, more. Now, of course, toilet wa HIPIC benefit. There of course Patawa has a job HIPIC benefit. Unfortunately, we didn't. Yeah, and to me, you should have benefit ni. When we say James Bond car easy coming, easy going, and I'm saying scano acquire say chobobino na ye misuse no. We here.
That's what happened.
That's what happened because me who at the party we use those monies sometimes in a year equivalent to over $200 million. I say my mom tuya. Mon fan yam puntu ejuma mon fan kamusika no fa ejuma sa mre no achom sisi awo sisi aga na akoy lower middle income sa support na abrofo no ebi mbabio
as a HIPIC money na na change na social intervention
yes say we are talking about billions and who come about 20 30 50 billion this year is not up to 50 100 million sa benefit it's just peanut say your 20-year period peanut. Say you the chair for the first 4, 5, 8 years, no. You are almost as and the old cost will not SOT. See, we don't have that privilege. See, we need to have privilege. No? The other problem here one is nipa be bring no mu refi. Omahin nipa be bring no mu refi. Say President Kufuor ba ya no na Ghana NTC in terms of everything. The more we see school are dying, the more you employ more teachers, the more you provide desks, the more everything triple, quadruple. So you cannot talk about a population that was about 15, 18 million compared to 28 million population. And then you can say most of the settlements in Kumasi, Accra, Takoradi, Tamale, Bolga are buying Emma omutumi say young creative settlements nso nipa Ghana nyankopɔ dia che Ghana nti ama nipa bebre run ahead of government omokosisi dying they are Ghanaians outskirts of the various cities but bia nipa 10 20 basic dying bia Aban is compelled to send road water electricity all infrastructure from Adenta Honumuna. When you nipa today, Ghana, so here, crane, I want crane, huh? Who kind crane? I want crane, how quicker? It's more than 1,000. 1,000. What does that tell you? Compare it to 2001, President Kufuor Bayani. Na crane do one in our Ghana, Accra. So who crane? I buy you, crane na ADC 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 story biya ban juma and here crane me biya obefa biya.
I see. So I know you who crane say our lives are also changing. Is that the same? Yeah?
Our lives are changing
because you who crane so cool.
Yeah, our lives are changing and this is reflected in the living standard survey.
Okay, remember honum Why all this hatred on Nanado? Is it because he won't allow those selfish Ghanaians to milk Ghana dry? Nana is going to be president in 2016, mark my words. Ghana is not for NDC, neither it is for MPP. Each of them is claiming to be the best to solve Ghana's problems. They have forgotten that it is God who can intervene. We should not forget that God can choose a less privileged group to change things for us. It is high time Ghanaians put NDC, MPP aside and try another party, which of the ministries under NDC does not blow money? NDC, they are competent in money blowing. May God save Ghana from the hands of NDC. This one says that Gazebo Bawa Wabo said, please tell my honorable Ken Japan, I love him so much and I admire him with passion. Nana Sasakatu from Insawam and Ediaba PK Lembele. Hi, Omani, please tell Honorable Ken Japan to give us a break. And allegations are too much. MPP cannot use the Gitmo detainees, meningitis and fuel and utility price hikes to let Ghanaians forget about confusions and problems in their party. They are good in a position, and MPP will be in a position for long. We will let CPP replace NDC when our time is due, and not MPP. No matter how the situation may be, MPP will still win this year's election. Fire, burn all NDC people from Mogasco, Ewosomenya, and Odiabre 1760. Our text message line Fabre na intimi enjebre yankin kanina enfama 1760. Well, a large number say what is it about Chinese anger about time yanko your discussion. So as we welcome Nimnyam for Kennedy Japan Akwaba. Thank you. You come on. America to say. I see. You compare America to Ghana, you were quite now.
Wait, so that question.
But it's a good question because, like you say, we are all part of Ghana's retrogression. It's in when your attitude now, you're demonstrating the American attitude.
Well, some can be fine, but the comparison there.
But at the paper, we are the compare. Why can't we do same? You will see people flag Roberts now for Canada, but I can't send you my power Canada. No, it can be done here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, so
I agree.
So same. So let's do that comparison.
Because in the US, no one ever idea. That one I disagree.
So we are part of the problems of Ghana as citizens.
Oh yeah.
That contribute to,
of course,
especially your party.
I don't have a problem so long as my party here Ghana. It is true that we are our own enemies. And there are a lot of things we can do to change if Alhaji Baturi will help all of us. Then I support what he's saying, that we are part of the problem. Who says we are not part of the problem? We are part of the problem, especially when we take corruption, for instance. You tend to blame the ministers alone. But when we are the Bonina Kazakradi, a civil servant, they showed them how to go about things so that they will not be caught. So we are all part of the problem. But your
crusade against civil servants, how far do you want to take it? Come out, and be a candidate that civil servant, and a civil servant,
you see,
because bomb pies are by the civil servants, the same thing.
But civil servants, we should be both. What the problem a war, civil servant was and yet easy to sack them. And also call why commission minister be who's way up on to me and sack him on his own. You have to recommend all these things are not in a private company. We are there and yes is here. You'll be fired and another person will replace you. Nobody is seen as indispensable in a private company. But in public, almost everybody feels that we're indispensable. And when they see, say, Minister Way is doing the right thing, they will sabotage you. So we are all part of the problem. And from day one, you train your demand, am I corrupt? Because say koye juma sisia na yaka so Joy FM now ba Joy de wa ye kon kwabna fa wason to form no wani to form o na fa bibi brefie indirectly wo hwe wa katua wo gia na asama wo maami ana wo papa kachi. And you can't live on it, and they are all banking their hopes on you. Into your basa, who say you use other means to make money. It is also part of corruption. But momo diare emma out politicians now, and of course, I don't support politicians because when you say you do the right thing. It is a na nipa no a ohwewasen onya de ya also onya kokudro even if it's a recommendation also must yenyino nti wa anya na kwe nti Ghana de we are in a mess. Everybody, we need to change our mindset. What do you say? Especially when it comes to attitude towards work.
Attitude towards
work. Obi a oye dwuma wo adwuma mu pa no ade na oye dwuma sa ade dwuma no papa dia. You see, they make all such comments to discourage you. Ni nyina na ma a problem. If you say we are all part of the problem, I agree. But Alaji is a part of the problem. Yeah, Guardian agree. Alaji be defend say black.
No, because Alaji, for instance, says that apart from
America.
No problem. Probably Alaji's word has been true. Nanadu says that in free gadgets back economy, call a year transformational economy. He has always believed that. Number two, aside in Nkrumah or the Ghana coach speed, we are fortunate to have one leader, John Mahama. No one can be compared to in terms of development. In terms of development, or the echo.
Why they bet me na udim make no question. There is no whether MPP, NDC, CPP apart from Kwame Nkrumah. The vision of Nkrumah, me who president be Ghana or onya sa vision be. I am telling you. So what yana motorway all these years. Look at Akosombo. Please. What are you talking about? But open here, my own good friend is the West. I'm surprised. Mahama is the West. Because people had confidence in him, say, well, a young man, he will turn around things. But Masa, so what you are now surviving corruption, say, name your man Koboni. Here, catch your wa, a Juma a go, any Enuma essaya. Masa, and you are see it here.
Alajo challenge, they be a corruption, incompetence.
Yeah, corruption, incompetent, otia, menka some chiro. In 2008, the highest ever crude oil was at $147 a barrel. Otia see, NDC for say NT bida, Yansisem. And that crude oil $28.
As of this morning, 30.
What are they doing?
That is sheer incompetence you are exhibiting. You yourself, you are incompetent. He is totally incompetent. Anybody who will do this kind of argument.
You see, you are displaying ignorance. Here. Because let me tell you. The minister himself, read my lips. I question him and he says, we are not able to reduce fuel prices in this country because of crude oil price on the world market dropped drastically. The minister himself told me. And you are sitting here telling me, look, let me tell you. Member of National Public MPA. National Petroleum Authority. We were the first to establish a dear call anyway. So we trigger point of 2.5%. When it goes down up to 2.5%, you reduce it. If it goes up, a trigger 2.5% more, you increase it. What is happening today? When it's who uses Adom? Maybe by a top cardboard in US. I have to invite him to America for him to see things himself. No nya say what in a small office no na dey be oba wa dey. Alaji, let's go. Summertime. Cardboard. You thought petrol super $94 94 cents a gallon. What are you talking? Now a liter 3.6 cedis. Multiply almost 15. Was it me rather display incompetence?
Of comparison.
Yeah, but I'm comparing.
Tender
board for new home. The reason is a cosura. Obatuso, a bafoma, Obatuso. And you know what are you telling me? You are not doing anything about it. Because Oyusu, TNE, the difference between President Kufuor and Mahama is that even in 2008, when we didn't have oil, now world market price of crude, call 147. He was able to run this country. Today, you were making in 2013, you got up to $1 billion. What is happening? 2013, 2014, we had $1 billion from oil. Then you are rather telling me, so put the weno aside. So we need oil, world market price, you have to reduce it. What are you doing? It is all because Masa Sikanwa, I was here a Juma A, B, C, D. A, B, C. Then the money goes to individuals' pocket. I don't want to be kind of flat, sir. Yes. You cannot be flat with such statements. And I'm not making can't say NPP angel. And the President Kufuor say corruption from Adom. NPP is not angel. But the magnitude of corruption and that Mohammed's administration is on partner. Me. Up to now, the money he has not paid. Any government would have sent this man to jail right away. What you say? Hey, Sika Ekoso, Namutia, Haruna Idrusu. Aqua way be challenging, no say, or 900,000. What has happened to it? Nobody's investigating it.
Is that corruption?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. What trip on earth? Even Obama, where the money is, will not travel and spend $250,000, which is equivalent to 900,000.
The size of the delegation, do you know?
What size of delegation? What size of delegation? And common sense will tell you, say, economy like this, you don't need any big delegation to go and do. Speedy about Bako. On the more serious note, and yet Bibiana Laji can Menka say, you're part of the problem. I agree. But for him to say, Mahama after Nkrumah and Nkrumah there, and that is Bologna. Onwa president, Onwa president.
You can call it Bologna. Because I don't blame him. Because
see our parliament power loans, even you're rising power loans buy loans and loans at the Juma. At the Juma. Do you understand the word value for money? Crap. Okojina cycle interchange. And I'm saying nipa bebre sabe and 220. Now no yako a year. Vodafone for the acquire. Then this is 40 girl. Mohemi ayaye and a Esla. And no mukon topa na media. No my dinner and say, wow, what a myopic thinkers are these guys and MPs. You spend $74 million for this rubbish. $74 million. Rubbish.
No.
Rubbish.
You're talking about value for money. No.
Value for money.
No. If it's about value, no. Hold on.
Value for money. And you're rubbish.
Yes, if it's about value, you have your doubts.
Because and your value for money, $74 million. Quantities.
We have the experts on my
me say expert in the back. Why am I oh boy? When he starts talking, now bizarre. What enu unimalaji kona ko cheki. Kaswa no mbed enu 1 kilometer. Do you know how much they are charging? 200 million? Are you out of your mind? This is where we have a problem.
Okay, hold on.
What you say? This is where we have a problem.
Hold on,
so if the president is subvising corruption, no one can say on mum. How?
Alaji.
Now when you are President Kufuor, Mahama to be a mukota.
Nika said he has exhibited sheer incompetence and ignorance when he was talking about the fuel, comparing the $147 to a barrel in Kufuor's time to, and the American son said, "Can I upon?" And you rightly reminded him, said, "Time be a civil servant. Ken, Mamin Chow said, in every enterprise, in every endeavor, it is allowed, it is permissible for some pilfering. Because you cannot entirely wipe up corruption in human enterprise. You allow
it is not permissible.
You allow it. You cannot stop it.
It is not. It is not permissible. But to say
it is a crime.
Here, to say first, I agree with you. Say we are part of the problem, and therefore you will get people like that. And yet, any advanced country, but don't use the word permissible. That is what I want to say.
and a friend wastage. Every year budget be one for wastage and count what you are not competent, you are not fit to do that estimate.
You don't use the word wastage, you can
wastage.
use
wastage.
Miscellaneous.
Wastage.
Miscellaneous expenses.
Every human enterprise.
Yeah, you give room for that.
Right.
Every
but not for stealing.
But you
not
don't
for
give,
stealing.
You are not for stealing and wastage. There no. Anybody who do a budget or capture in wastage be ask me say on your good.
Okay.
How can you do a budget and say me capture wastage? How?
Okay.
Every human enterprise, you should allow for wastage and pilfering.
I know your allergy theory.
Theory. Because nipa na ejuma wastage and pilfering no just stealing.
But multimedia has standards. If you go contrary, whether permissible or not, the standards will catch you up.
Precisely.
You will not be allowed to do
things.
If
you
run losses, fine. If you run losses, fine. But
your program is supposed to start at 7. Who starting in 7:15?
It's not permissible. It's not.
But it has become the norm.
No, it's not. It's not. Anything you are challenging.
It's not.
Since most starting 7:15 instead of 7, at the end, the management of multimedia.
A lot of queries.
And what have they corrected it?
A lot of queries.
Have they corrected it? Have they corrected it? That is why I use the word loosely permissible. And yet, no man in his senses will say, I grant you the right to do wrong. But you see, sometimes you cannot do anything about it. Ken, let me tell you, corruption of civil servants is no bigger. And yet, adia Ghana. Nye Ghana titru policies of government. Policies of government. Check corruption. That is why I use the word permissible. Who compare a car buying policies and programs? Who they compare to corruption now or canoa? The corruption will pale into insignificance. One policy of government either say Omoye and Omoye, it costs the nation billions. Corruption is Aina Eboka. The whole total budget, ASI. And let us, that's why I said, because you can't be policies of government, and to me, and I say, a Jimmy, now bought mining car. I remember very well, President Kufuor, they identified some of the challenges facing this country. One of them was imports, already by Parliament, law to increase tariff on rice and chicken by 25%, so that it will aid Ghanaians to produce. It will discourage import.
And you say I disagree with Kufuor or MPP. I disagree. Before you can do that, I can be support to Kakra. Whether it's NDC MPP, that policy is wrong. Until some control rice.
There won't be need for you to even change view. To encourage Ghana for Omo they will go into this production. So we have a productive sector instead of this buying and selling, which was all two sides, majority. Just a phone call for President Kufuor. Make us say over 5 years they can't even implement that plan. And we saw it in Nigeria, as in Babajida's time. Omo banned the even importation of rice, wheat. Omo cut down the importation of wheat. Rice, Oloko Babukura, the Nigeria, Echiwa, Oboko jail 20 years. And then Nigeria is becoming almost self-sufficient in rice production. Ombe export. Sansuna wheat. Nigeria grow more wheat for their breweries and others. Mr.
It's not true.
And the government policies, government policies, any are more dangerous than the corruption, because corruption. Also, President Kufuor, what kind of
okay, so women issues because of time. Tell Alhaji Batu to tickle himself and laugh by saying the opposition has not suggested any productive alternative.
The 147 crude price. Let me.
Now, why, sir? When exams now, what trouble? Ten sheets.
Make us I do 5 minutes. Make us I do 5 minutes. Make us
I like to contemporary research if you wrap up on this matter.
Maybe Mr. Mom, just 2 minutes.
No, why not? Okay.
I believe so. Okoshia Kandapanu or Sayakotun, they will tell him that Mount Casasem, Oko Casa, Sasam, public more. People who are more in India, most you don't know
on petrol.
On say before time you tweet on petrol 147 and then you're only 30 and still. Oh yes, sir, you are comparing apples to oranges.
How?
In the first place, that 147 it didn't last for more than even 2 months. The $147, you know, it didn't last even more than 2 months. No, just temporary. Secondly, not the Ghana city. That time, no, now hold you and to send. Thirdly, Ghana needs expenditure at that time, and in the the same. Fourthly, make sure say at that time, now your budget was being subsidized by up to close to 40 to 50%.
Right.
So
we see
temporary hiccup,
fallacy of argumentum.
147 bar.
Fallacy of argumentum ad hominem. Hey, and yes, I'm
you are comparing 4 billion, 4-5 billion economy to in there almost 80-90 billion economy. How do you do that?
Let me tell you.
How do you do that?
He's making contradictory statements on one kasa because first, we see our currency was not the same because our currency that time had a value.
Because there was HIPIC.
HIPIC is
there was HIPIC support. Even we are not servicing our debt.
If you don't know, today we still have HIPIC.
But we are selling over 50% of our income on debt.
You
don't even know this.
HIPIC, you know, from President Kufuor time, we are still enjoying HIPIC.
Out of the 5 billion, we serving only 200 million.
First, I know you oil. Crown petrol no call, fuel no call. You are 147 grand. We are able to sustain this economy.
To shoot
now we are. No one can say because our currency was stable. That time our currency was stable. You are rather misleading people.
Ghana economy.
Dondology school. Dondology now.
Unbelievable. Despite say Ghana economy in the part of the oil economy, and you are West because budget for 2016 in November Aban used to figure bina a year pricing of oil.
What you say?
If we have people like so keep quiet. Keep quiet. Let me educate you. Let me educate you. I'm buying you
what we call futures. Do you understand what is called futures?
I don't know futures.
Go, let me explain.
Let me finish. When I finish,
it is our finance minister. When I finish, finance minister when I finish what I'm saying, the trend now.
I promise you, when I finish what I want to say, I won't speak again. I'll give
go ahead.
I'll give you the
Go ahead.
I'll just in 2 minutes.
Go ahead. It's your promise. Go ahead. Go ahead.
A budget for 2016 and beyond. When you saw projected figure, I know because features. Projected figure be last year you saw $90.
99.
This year, 2016, I think it's about $50 or $60. And the income, the revenue, it is part of this projection. By way of taxes, by way of your friend said near Taloni Cosmos Mbetua Ama Ghana as Ghana Nifano account. And the price here dropped. Next, the government revenue is going down by over half in terms of oil. We are talking about $1 billion to $2 billion here.
No, we've never.
So if you attempt to say because oil na abafom to say Ghana price no say Ghana fuel pump so every former hey fana aban benyeska Okay,
so the facts are about from which is any question.
That's what I'm telling you. The fact that apart from we are even worse than 147.
Okay,
let me tell you.
And then compared to 147,
right in 2015, the finance minister set the benchmark at 99. Whilst the world market price was 45. Economic business, minister, how can you set your benchmark at 99 when world market price is 45? And not possible. That is how come he came back in March to reduce it even to 57, thinking it will go up. What do I say? So you use features. The word is features. Let all the economists tell you. Allow you one way dondology. Features here. They do the projections and what predict say in 2-3 months. Crude oil price between say be increased by 15% or be reduced by 15%. So if you don't have people like that guiding you, then you don't expect me to accept what it means you are incompetent.
Okay, Omar, tell Ajibashir to take care of himself and laugh by saying the opposition has not suggested any productive or to do this president and this administration listen to somebody. Has you soon forgotten about the dead goat syndrome? Alaji should give us a break. Colonel from Cape Coast. Come on in. I support what Alaji is saying. President Mahama is doing well, but his people are trying to bring him down with Sikadie Basabasa. Please tell Ken that I love his dress. He's looking very young this morning. Seidu from Donkokro. Good morning, please. Ask Alaji how he reconciled his acceptance of corruption last week against the president claim that is equivalent to mass murder. Charles Ndiaba. And I'm going to tell Alaji to stop praising John Mahama. John Mahama's government, he should form his party because Ghanaians are tired. MPP to form government 2016 by Nanado, Isha Alao. Good morning. MPP came to power 2000. All they did was eye service, written names on all what they do. That is not the political party Ghanaians cherish. NDC all the way. Anklebo Ogomwa. But we're wrapping up because of time. Voters register or plurality. Which one? Because we go from power Gina. Tell Ghanaians say power Gina.
Voters register.
Adena voter register. That's how we got. I don't go court me na unga. What's the them go? Adentina. What ever British government tipo ever catch you say is bloated by 1.3 million. One can okay. Adentina, we are interested in the register. Say register. Yeah.
What get to the embassy?
Because when you if you don't
has he read the statement?
You still lose.
Okay. Please,
you still lose. But
PRC, please educate on the topic.
No, but me catch yourself. Listen, whether bloated or not bloated, you will lose.
Oh, sir.
Yes. You will lose.
Some can just bloated.
Mark it on the wall. You will lose.
They are not part of the
PRC.
PRC. Sad. MPP addressed no muti sadi, but it has not helped the country because simple ayo me na nakro asin dumping be dia catch say Argentina world market price eco from na omo PRC for entmin kasa look adi wake up from Kramonti Sumai because it's part of utilities. It's part of utilities. But near air coso and fuel price here, they are not selling. But they are quick to say, oh, world market price of crude oil and cost into the crude oil and a power. But if
you want a system that is efficient and reliable, why don't you want to pay for more? I don't know how it is. What I'm not about what you I don't know what you say. Who better radio, TV, so now, but so efficient and reliable. Bro, who do touch him as I brought for our kind? Who know what you have? Who know what you have? Argumento.
What's that? Open your
Bilia. Who power no crown, a born a year, and yet reasonable for your company to survive. That is what we are saying.
Even if you have the power.
Yeah, even if you have it. The rate at which we are paying, and yet good for us. Because, let me tell you, our products are competing on the world market. Okay? So, any product, because of cost of production high, we are not able to compete effectively on the world market. And you who's a Ghana for, and me export and imports exceeds export over 500%. Yeah, these are some of the things. Well, cost of production. And so, and almost 40 pesos. Maybe also 40, or 30. Yeah, 30 no more year, one be release, they call 40 pesos. And all my explanation. No, I say, look, power crown, yeah, talk, and they are generating, and yet easy. So we have to increase it. And say, at the end of Hokra, a stable crown, ne buono. And maybe behind and coso, a human coso. And don't let us pride ourselves, say, a stabilizing, you should pay that quantum of a for power. No. And I was saying, Yatiana, China, and Yoma Eba, and Tuma, Akosombo, Akosombo textiles, Egu. Now we go find to every China, a tier duty, still no cheaper than. Why? It is because our cost of production is so high, sir. You can't meet a demand on the market with competition. Others flood the market with cheaper products.
All right. Well, we have an extension of 15-10 minutes. Timaka say
Miami exercise here. Tuesday be this time is my year. And son, Mama. A team and about 6-17.
But you are looking good. Oh, Balaji, Tia, one to me, not even a common tie. Oh, Casasa. Yakoba. About who questions.
How do you what
we said to her? What more need
yeah, also the who cast we are near Kenyan from
there is a back no first topic no and your first topic no come
PRC
Debbie and your first
PRC be you do already PRC
Debbie first one now
PRC na
that topic no within time ni nyina
ma American of friends na mo munim de ekoso na git mo na mo say mo agi atu why e de oba dem say the git mo be shame say git mo so alaje ana
so one
what kokai we ko bebe what throw fine article bendra if I Ghana ni bia o say wo kokai
ni one farm 100
we ko bebe so we be ashamed what we
reservation yes
you have reservation
yes
okay let's hear you let's hear you
very serious you see first of all America with all their intelligence Crown North Carolina no near when they decided to take them there Senate said no. They will not accept these people.
There we go again.
Okay? How much more a small country like Ghana, who doesn't have intelligence, even to monitor the activities of these people? Look, what happened to Burkina? And it's just our next door neighbor. So what I'm saying is, no matter the promise they give you, because we are not in a position to monitor their activities, there was no need for President Mahama to accept them. Now, look at humanitarians. Look at what they do to their own Muslims. Okay? Maybe one of them say, if I will play Muslim, Christian, I'm sad. Sir, you debate politics religiously. Because these hardliners now, when we are jihadists, tell me, when I'm Muslim, say, does it fit in the Quran and Quran and Islam, they are for peace. What do you say? They don't need these extremists. My fear is, so who allow some kofu way to etna krumu they can change our people because okay, boy or what tech we straight on internet keku or they are joining ISIS. How much more when you let these people stay here and breed? Na yeka na mo de ya politics ma sada e ko shechire akodada nkramofoni. I also read a piece about Mumuni.
Mom didn't write that piece.
Former foreign affairs minister.
Yeah.
No, he said that MPP is overly politicizing.
David, he didn't read that.
No,
First
if he
one.
says overly politicized, it means there is element of truth. But they be a Oma exaggerating. It means, you see the word overly politicizing it. It means he said it, but said no, you're twisting on it, hey. What I say? But there is element of. But if he said it's a nice piece, even if he said it. What I say? Engineer can. Yeah, they are politics. He just say Mahama Nakopa Benti NDC for has to support. What is that? It's for Ghana. Okay, Ghana. We don't have enough intelligence to monitor these people. Their home activities, clandestine activities. A bit me akoso. A bedroom repino. Look at Turkey. Who said they were doing very well in their economy. I feel the whole world, everybody is going there. Almost started bombo now. People are not going. What you say? Can we contain that in this country? That is the question.
Are you speculating?
I'm not speculating. A reality. A reality. It is happening in other countries. Therefore, I'm not speculating. A reality. It's a fact.
That is why I advise Omunina MP before you say Omunko kind near Dr. Weko. It's a fine piece. You will be well educated. Based on assumptions and speculation. No fact back.
No, so free on.
And I'm saying,
maybe.
I'm telling you,
maybe for America, but maybe
America, we are politics.
Of course,
America, we are politics.
I follow.
America, you only do business. Minimum.
I follow politics.
Business.
I follow politics. I follow me a business, not be follow politics.
Only in America for the microphone bag and only in
look,
you don't even know. You don't even
because of promise from the mouth.
And you're more promise.
Yes.
Well, you don't know.
Fox.
You don't know. Fox here. MP before America.
The MP before
America.
Look at this man. Look at this man. Listen to what they said. Your mom Muhammad Skabia, your mom Ghana Skabia. Name they have promised them.
Nobody has promised
in
anybody.
Future. Look, America will not just release this to people.
Because
can't be me my work as a sa. And I you can't crowd me and cat. Why did you go say the ball?
The more Ken no ekasama MPP. The more Ken no ekasama MPP. Na me gide say MPP no enya de mobile ban. It increases more.
Yeah,
because
they
don't have a message. They don't have any alternative message.
Change is coming.
Change you must show why Ghana should bring you with this kind of behavior. Get more to simple. American phone are coaching Crawford. Terrorists. Baby. Obama, as part of the campaign, 2008, so no about over 2 Saturday because up to that time, yeah, and to me, I'm born microphone kwedu. It is pricking the Americans' conscience. Human rights record.
So let him stay in America and not Ghana.
So they have to close down the place.
Jesus Christ.
Now, Yanuma, America, no, almost so betum. And I said, wait. Obama said, almost Manum for America.
Why?
What do I say?
Why?
America, you know what America
if
is.
They are not high risk.
You know, they are not, it's not about high risk.
Japan, you cannot adopt a disco tactics as we end the program.
Let me just wrap up.
You cannot.
You are talking like Tom Cruise. He's talking like Tom Cruise. Why go school, Papa?
You are talking like Trump.
Yes.
You are talking like Trump.
Because what Tom Cruise has said, New York values. So
the Democrats, because of election, they are worried.
Okay.
Or more conscious harm. At the same time, they cannot send them back to America. So what did they do?
Answer that.
What did they do?
Why?
America so yen etum say enne omuna ye world policeman ye were unipolar world. There is no more superpower. Superpower. What they want ni omo pe and ekoso. That is why countries like Russia will take some of the Guantanamo Bay detainees. That is why countries like Britain, France will take them.
Ghana.
And you talking about common Ghana? Hey,
you're using the word common Ghana. My life is not common.
You said
my life is not common.
You said
common Ghana.
You said
common Ghana. Who Ghana need to use the word
a tiny Ghana.
Who's patriotic?
Who's
patriotic?
Who's tiny Ghana? Oh, you go. On the car say Almighty America has been born. Tiny Ghana. So that's why.
I use the word tiny. It is not common.
Tiny is common.
Tiny is common. In terms of size,
it means that
America has a population of 350 million, and we have a population of 24. So you are tiny. But when you say common,
what are you?
When you say common,
something is tiny. What is this?
Yeah, I'm just ordinary.
When something is ordinary,
but Ghana is not ordinary.
But Ghana is not. Why did you wait in our We are not ordinary. We are a sovereign nation.
Very independent.
Let me tell you
very independent.
Let me tell you what Ghana. Why Ghana is
common. Said it.
I have said it. He has said so. He has said so. Was he procedure correct?
And the procedure is correct. America, I reject you. They should go back. We don't need them. We don't need them. Now, mistakes.